Hello Aquarius, welcome to March 2016. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a Tarotscope for March 2016 for Aquarius. So opening the month, it's interesting. It looks like you have something going on regarding resources and the end of an old regime that you can no longer subscribe to. I'm going to say a little bit more about that. Let's just see what the other cards that are coming up are. Okay, so Aquarius, there's something at the beginning of the month of March that focuses on exchange. So this can be commerce. This could be how much you get paid at your job. Six of Coins shows the haves and the have-nots. So I always ask with this card, do you identify more with the guy who's handing out the coins or one of the beggars who's begging for money? So this card always depicts resources and money, exchange. It can also represent knowledge or power because it's about having information. You know how they say information is power or knowledge is power? This card depicts that because when you're in a position of having that, then you have more control over the situation, you have more balance, you're able to give to others. What's interesting in this first part of March for you is that you have Six of Coins, which is resources, and you also have Ace of Coins, which is new money, a new lifestyle, new job, more that's wanting to come in. So I'm going to ask you, what does Ace of Coins represent for you? Is this a new idea about how you want to make money if you've been focusing on your current salary at work or how money comes to you or your current business? Do you get a new idea that helps generate this new garden that you can live in, or do you have a new idea that you want to go pursue? Because aces are new beginnings. And I'm really seeing that you need to let go of the old way or old advice, old structures that are saying this is the way it should be. Death is a card that really symbolizes new beginnings and really cutting off the old. It's the end of a cycle. So when that happens, it means you have to let go of how things have been. You have to accept that inevitable cycle's end is coming and maybe has arrived. I'm noticing a little bit of resistance to death because it's in the reverse position, so it's telling me that you may not be allowing the cycle to end. You may be prolonging something that is not meant to continue. An Emperor also here in the reverse position is saying that this is an old structure. You know, this is an old boss or parental figure, or the old rules are no longer applying. If you continue on doing the same way, like operating in the same way of business, it's gonna peter out. It's not gonna survive. So that's why this new ace is coming in. You might have to do things in a new way, or accept a new job, lifestyle, you know, new money. Think about what that could mean for you, Aquarius, because I really see that that's featured. It's upright here for you, and it's the old ones that's dying off, the old cycle, the old, like, authority. You know, if there's something that you used to believe in as far as like a boss or a parent or an old authority, the old generation, the old way of doing things, that's coming to a close, and it's no longer going to be able to survive. Even this card towards the middle of the month says times they are a-changin' for you. This is Wheel of Fortune, which is also considered chance or luck. Some people call this, you know, good luck or bad luck, whether it's upright or in reverse. I tend to see it as whatever's up will be down, whatever's down will be up. The times are changing, the tables are turning, the tides are changing, so the seasons are changing. That just echoes what's going on here. You may see that the actual change of the situation happening here, because I notice there may be some resistance to that change or letting go of that old authority. You may feel in the middle of the month like you're a little bit powerless in a situation. This is Eight of Swords, and you can see in this the swords surround her. Swords represent thoughts, and they represent a belief system that is enclosing you, and because you believe you're powerless, you actually stay there. You can see she's not actually surrounded by the swords. She could actually walk out of this at any time, but because she's blindfolded and accepting these binds, her beliefs are what is making her feel powerless and victimized. She could actually just cut these binds on any of these swords and like take off her blindfold and walk away. But because she believes that she is stuck and powerless, she stays there. So be careful of that. Be careful of feeling powerless. You have to recognize your own power in the situation, because they are changing. And notice too, in this situation with the Six of Coins, we've got two blindfolded individuals that have to do with swords, which represent thought. So in this particular situation, this is a belief system that leads you to disregard your own power or feel powerless or victimized. In Two of Swords, it's a situation where someone's having a hard time making a decision, and they're trying to choose between two thoughts, but they can't. So they're just checking out. They're blindfolding themselves, and they're just not willing to make a decision. So the way out of that is to take action. You can just choose one of the swords, walk forward, and not keep yourself in that stagnant situation. What's common to both of these is that they're just staying still. They're not taking any action. They're not doing anything. So be willing to face that, Aquarius. Know that you have the ability to take action and get yourself out of either of these situations. This one by changing your beliefs, and this one by taking action. I see that when things change here in the middle of the month, that things may get very sunny for you, and you may actually be able to like shine your radiant self. Sun is about being able to be your full self to the whole world. It's integration of your male and female aspects. You can see there's sunflowers on here, so it's radiant, it's warm, it's, in the daylight. It's basically like all about self-acceptance, awareness, integration, transcendence of the old self. So enjoy the sunniness that happens once once you let go of this belief system and the times change. You can sort of shake off this old regime, this old structure that's not serving you, because you may be feeling a certain sense of injustice. When you acknowledge this feeling of injustice, the reason I'm reading this as injustice is this is justice in the reverse position. So justice is not being allowed to come to the surface, not being done. If you acknowledge in which ways things are unjust, or if you correct that, if you stand up for justice, if you participate with what's just and fair, that's also part of this sunny radiance. That's part of what's going to allow you to feel free, allow you to kind of come into your own in the middle of the month. But you have to participate with correcting whatever injustices have been done. This is actually an interesting lineup here, because Justice and King of Swords are usually on the same side. Justice is someone, she holds the sword of truth, and so does he. So they're usually both very honest. He's someone who makes good decisions and tells the truth and gives good counsel, has good judgment. And she's very concerned with rendering a verdict that is on the side of the truth, weighing these options. We see this Libra scale here. When this is in reverse, it's saying that whatever good counsel and good advice is being given is not being carried through. This could also represent you, Aquarius, because swords represent the air element. So this could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, any air sign. And this is having good judgment. So I see that you're having good judgment towards the end of the month. There may be a way in which embodying this and using logical, systematic thought and analysis can help correct whatever injustices are being done. Like I said, with this card, Two of Swords means make a decision on something, take action on something, don't just check out and ignore it. This card represents, in the upright position, this card represents group projects, collaborative work, doing things in a group setting. So, and sometimes it can mean multiple streams of income, being creative and working in group projects. Towards the end of the month, I don't see group projects as being featured for you. It's in reverse. You're not having access to it. A Three of Coins in the reverse position like this could be indecision regarding money or worry, and that may be why you're hesitating in making this decision. But when Three of Coins shows up in the reverse position, the way out of it is to be creative, because that's accessing the high side of the three. So see if you can allow possibilities of multiple streams of income come in when that comes up. And then you also have Knight of Wands here, which is a card of daring. It's a card of feeling courageous. It's a card of willing to go out and tackle something. He's very charming, but he can be a little bit cocky. So when this card comes up, you know, use that energy. He's got a lot of strength, a lot of fire, a lot of courageousness. He's willing to just go after something. But be careful that it doesn't go into being, you know, overly aggressive, overly you know, arrogant, or the sides of fire that can burn. This could also be a fire sign that's showing up for you. So that could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius may play a role towards the end of the month. So that's my reading for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, share, or subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Yours in the stars. If you enjoyed the reading, feel free to check out my readings for the other signs, and also feel free to share on any platform, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Yours in the stars.